Hello friends, how are you all? So today we are going to see control statement in Java, and we will see here different types of control statement. We will see them with Java programs with one example each. So before moving to our tutorial, if you still have not subscribed my channel, then please do subscribe it. It is Learning with Ankur Khatana. And if you have not bookmarked the playlist, then please do bookmark it. It will be very beneficial for you. You will get the latest videos there, and press the notification bell icon to get the latest video update. So let's just move inside. So what are the topics which we are going to cover today? We will cover the definition parts first of all, like we always used to do. Then we will see different types of control statement. Then explanation about each one. Like I said, we will go into deep, and we'll see with the Java program also, like for example program last topic we have. Okay, so let's just move to the definition. So definition: a control flow statement is a statement in Java that is determine whether the other statement will be executed or not. Now what is it means? Suppose we have a condition, particular condition inside if block. If that condition is returning true, then our that particular code will be executed. Otherwise it will move to the next code. So as you can see here below side, downside, an example: if age is greater than 18, then it will print on the console, you can vote. Otherwise it will move to the next block of code if it is there. Otherwise it will terminate the program, like whatever the logic we will write. So we will see different types. So different types of control statement. There are totally three types of control statement basically. Number one, decision making, then loop statement, then jump statement. In decision making, your if else if, nested if, and your switch statements will come. Okay, in loop statement, there are several looping statement like while, do while, for each. These statements will come under the loop. And for the jump statement, your break and continue will come. Like if you want to terminate the program at a particular point, then break. And similarly, we have continue also. We'll see that where we can use it and how to use it. Syntax, their example, their programs, everything we will see that, don't worry. So let's just move inside decision making statements. So decision making statement, like I said in the first, it evaluates Boolean expression and control the program flow depending upon the condition. So if it is returning true, then a particular block of code will be executed. If it is returning false, then second block of code will be executed. So it is basically of two types, like I said, if else, then switch statement. So we'll first see if statement. And guys, please, if you want to write down the notes, then you can pause the video and you can take down the notes, or else I'll share a link with you of my Telegram channel and my Facebook page also, and you can take down the notes from there also. I'll share these PPTs there, so you can take from there. I'll give the link in the description, don't worry. So if else statement, it is used to evaluate a condition and it returns a Boolean value, like I'm saying from the starting of this video. So it is again divided into four different types. Number one, if, then if else, then else if, then nested if. Okay, so it evaluates a Boolean statement and executes a block of code if condition is true. So now what is it means? In that if block, can you see this condition? If it is true, then this code to be executed. Okay, so this is what we are trying to say here with the definition. So syntax of if condition, then your curly braces, and inside the curly braces your code will come, your means your logic will come, whatever is there, business logic will come here. So if we'll see the example, I have initialized a variable with the value 19, which is of type integer, and the variable name I have given as age. So now what I am doing, I am comparing this age. If it is greater than or equal to 18, then we are going to print. We are going to tell the user, okay, you can vote. Okay, so this is about the if. So if else, what will happen in if else? It is an extension of if statement. So now what is it means? If suppose if condition is not returning true, then what will happen? And you want to run a particular block of code, execute a particular block of code. So that time the second code, which is on our second priority, we will give that code inside else block. Okay, like you can read in the second line also, it execute another block of code if statement block fails. Okay, so if your first condition is not returning true, then it will jump to the else block and it will execute the else block by default. So if you'll see the example here, so example is, again we have initialized a variable 17, sorry, age to the integer variable, to the integer value 17, and we are comparing. If age is greater than equal to 18, then you can vote, but our age we have initialized to 17. So now what will happen? It will come to the else block automatically and it will print you cannot vote. So we will see else if statement here. So it is the chain of if else statement. So now what is it means? If your if condition is not returning true, then we have one more condition, which is if first condition fails, then the second condition will be executed. If second will be failed, then it will come to the else block. And there is one more thing to remember for you all. There can be more than one else if block. I have written only one block to show the syntax only, but when we are going in the real world, there will be many more. So don't worry about that. Don't confuse in between that I have said that only one block will be there, so only one block will be there. It is nothing like that. There can be 2, 3, or 4, or sometime many more also. So we'll see the example here. So we have initialized two different variable of type integer to their respective values, and we have named them num1 and num2. Now what are we doing? We are comparing these two variables with each other, and we are trying to find out which one is greater. If nothing is find out, then we will say both are equal if no one is greater. So what is it means? See at the first condition, if num1, see my mouse here, if num1 is greater than num2. So now we will print num1 is greater than num2, obviously. Else if num2 is greater than num1, then we will print num2 is greater than num1. Okay. So suppose both the condition fails. So now what is it means? It means both the numbers are equal. So we will come to the else block and we will print simply both are equal. That's it. So let's come to the nested if. In nested if, what are we doing? If statement contains multiple if else statement. Now what is it means? Inside a if statement, there will be one more if statement. There can be if else also, and there can be single if also, and there can be if else if also. If else if then else. This could be the scenario. That's why it is called as nested. It is one condition containing another condition, or one condition is based on another condition. Now see the syntax here. If condition 1 satisfied, it will come inside the curly, inside this block, it means inside the curly braces, and within the curly braces we have checked for one more condition. If this is true, then this block of code will be executed. Otherwise it will come out from this main loop also, means main condition also, sorry, not loop. It will come out from this main condition also. Okay, so let's just see an example of it. Example of it, if age is greater than means 18, because we have initialized it to 21, so it will come inside this block. So now we are, what are we doing here? We are checking here if age is greater than or equal to 21. So if both the conditions satisfied, we are printing you can vote and marry. Okay, if you are greater than 18 and if you are greater than 21 also, then you can marry also. Okay, so now we will see these things with our Java program. So for this we have come inside our computer and I have created a new directory or folder here, that is control statement. Now we will write our all control statement files inside this directory only. So first one, I will create a file, and for the if condition I will show that. I have named it as if demo.java. Right click on it, add it with notepad++. Okay, so we will see here like how if statement works with the Java program. So for this one, we will need to create a class first, and we have given the file, that class name as ifdemo, and file name is also ifdemo.java. Now calling the main method public static void main, a string array of it should be a string, not the double quotes. So S capital string array of args. Okay, then curly braces. Then here we will initialize a variable, that is int age is equal to 18. So now we will check if age is greater than, or equal to 18. Okay, Yeah, we'll check for both the conditions. If it is greater than or equal to 18, because if you are of 18, then also you can vote, right? Yeah. So system.out.println system.out.println you can vote. Okay, yeah, that's it. This is the simple program which I am taking because we are at the very basic level. At the very basic level we are right now, so we will see that. Don't worry about it. So we'll just try to run it. Now see the logic here. Int a is equal to 18. If age is greater than or equal to 18, then you can vote. So we'll just run this program. Type here cmd like we always used to do. So Java C for compilation, Java C and file name.java, if demo.java. So it has compiled successfully. Now we will run this Java if demo. If demo, what is it? If demo, it is the class name. So you can vote, like you can see here. You can vote. Okay. So we will create another class for our if else statement. So for this one, I'll name it as if else demo.java. Then it will ask for your permission. Say yes. Now add it with Notepad++. So here we will write the class name, public class, then if else demo. I'm keeping the file name and class name same, but it is not at all necessary that you should keep it same only. I'm telling this thing, I have told you in earlier videos also. It is not at all necessary. So S should be capital here. Yeah, string array of args. Public static void main string array of args. So within the curly braces, we will declare a variable again, and again I'll take the age variable only. But this time I'll give it as 19. If age is greater than, I'll check with the with less than 18 also, don't worry. If age is greater than 18, then system.out.println and within parenthesis double quotes you can vote. Okay, semicolon. Then within the else block, we will write system.out.println. See, the syntax for same will be, if you are writing for if condition, then you need to write your code within the curly braces. If you, for else block also, it should be inside the curly braces. It is nothing like that you can write, or else you can write also, but it is not a good practice to do. You always try to have with curly braces. So we'll try our program here. Compile the file Java C and your file name.java, if else demo.java. It has compiled successfully. So we will run the program now. If else demo. I have given the wrong file name. Sorry. If else demo. Yeah. So you can vote. Fine. Now I'll go here. I'll change it. Like I said, I'll show it to you. And now it is less than 18. Now it should print you cannot vote. But we need to compile it again. Whenever we are changing anything in our Java file, we need to compile it again. Yeah, keep in mind this one thing. It is very important thing. So it can be asked in your Viva also. Okay, so Java and then file name. Int a is equal to 17. You cannot vote simply. Okay, and see here, you cannot vote. Okay. So now we will create another file for our that else if. So else if, I'm keeping the file name as same for simplified purpose only. There is nothing specific about it, just to keep it remember, so that we can we can relate with our example, like which I have given in theory. So you should not forget that. So public class else if demo. Else if demo within curly braces, then public static void main. And why we are having public static void main only for main method? Why not other thing? Why not we have protected default? All these things I'll tell you in the upcoming videos. Just allow me some time. For time being, just keep in mind that this is the syntax and you have to follow this one. But why to follow, I'll also tell that one. Don't worry. But if I'll tell you now itself, so you will not get the thing. So we have initialized two different variables with their respective value, int num1 equal to 10, int num2 equal to 15. So first one we'll check if num1 is greater than num2. So we'll print num1 is greater than num2. Okay, system.out.println, then inside parenthesis, inside double quotes, num1 is greater than num2. Okay, then semicolon. And then in else if, see there is a space between else if. Okay, so you need to take care of that. If else if num1 is less than num2, so system.out.println, it means num2 is greater. Okay, so we'll print here num2 is greater than num1, greater than, sorry, spelling mistake, greater than num1. Okay, so in the else block, if both the numbers are not satisfying the condition, it means they are equal. System.out.println, then both the numbers are equal. Okay, inside double quotes, both numbers are equal. EQUAL, equal. So semicolon. Okay, so now we will try to run this program. Then again go to our directory. Type cmd. Yes. So compile the file javac and file name. Sorry, javac and file name. So else if demo.java is our file name. So it has compiled. So now we will run it. Java else if demo, because class name is also the same. Num2 is greater than num1. Okay. So now we will try to change. Num2 we have given as 6. So now we need to compile it again. Like I said, we need to compile whenever we are changing in our file and then run the program. So num1 is greater than num2, correct? Yeah, that's it. See here, your num2 is 6 and num1 is 10. Okay, so now I'm keeping both of them as same and try to run it. Javac filename.java and Java file name, sorry, class name. Both the numbers are equal. So I have seen you all three conditions where first number can be greater, second number is greater, and both the numbers are equal. Okay, so I don't think there should be any confusion now. So now we will create one more class for our last one. Do you remember that nested if? Okay, for nested if demo.java. Then again I'm keeping the name as I'm keeping it as simple as possible so that anyone can understand it. Okay, if you don't have any prior programming knowledge also, then also you can understand. Public class nested if demo, then curly braces, then public static void main, then string array of args, args, and then curly braces. Then we will give here a condition int a is equal to 23. I am giving. So first I'll compare if age is greater than 18. Okay, so it will come inside the block. If age is greater than 21, if age is greater than 21, I'm keeping the same example in the code itself. So you can use your own logic, you can use your own variable with own example, you can try it, but you must try it. Unless and until you will not try it, you will have a lot of confusion. Once you will try it, you will get doubts. You can come back to me in the comment section. I'll reply to it and I'll solve your issues. Okay. So now here you can vote and you can marry. If you are greater than 18, greater than 21. It's the legal age, right? So now run the program again. Then compile the program, javac, then filename.java, and it will get compiled because there was no error. Yeah. So Java and then file name. So file name. So that's it. You can see here. So that's it for this video, guys. We are pausing this video. We are stopping this video here. In the next video, we'll see about the switch statement. And I think I need to convert it into 3 to 4 videos, because if I'll club all the things in one video, you'll not get anything. So that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment with your friends. Thank you so much. Bye.